Hello and welcome to AI Insanity. If you have reached this place, then maybe you're wondering why or how long AI is still going to be around with us. Hopefully not very long, but until it dies, then we can just learn how to use it in our advantage. And this is the purpose, to actually use AI to learn better and to create augmentation and not automation, like having way to research faster, for example. So I have been building this tower defense game, and last week I realized I had no sound, so I'll just do a quick recap of what I was trying to do. And I think there was this main part where I was just trying to argue with GPT to get a sense of trying to more like forcing an answer out of it to get him into a direction, because I didn't like the way he was building stuff. And let me just remember this one thing, because it was trying to split the tower into two scripts just to keep everything modular, which was great. I did not like how it actually took the decision to do that. Like, I would have preferred for it to take a more hierarchical approach, and this is what I was trying to lead it towards, like having a more clean hierarchy to put things together. So let me just go through this really quick, because I remember that I gave it the script that it gave me, and it told me, okay, this is not good. Well, you gave me that script, of course it's not good. And I told it to optimize it, and yeah, okay, we're getting fire tower shooter. I'm not even sure what I'm searching for. It's like the tower base and the tower shooter. Okay, let's get down to the bottom of the conversation. And yeah, it was telling me some stuff about not using update but coroutine, because yeah, the shooting basically happens at fixed rates. Yeah, good. Okay, so let's get started with the tower base, and let's see where we go from here. Create new script. Okay, and now maybe open the script even. Well, I can do this also. Tower base, and the tower base is basically going to be the core of my tower. We'll see what we'll put in there. Like, GPT recommends the fire range, the fire rate, the damage, and the tower shooter. Okay, let's also get a tower shooter reference. Create a new script, tower shooter. Should I just create an enemy just to have something to shoot? I don't know. Solution was modified. Yeah, reload. Maybe you're thinking like, just copy paste. Let's copy paste this and see what happens. And sure, if it was something I don't know, smaller, maybe I would have said, yeah, okay, go ahead, just copy paste it. I did that already and it worked. I'm not giving it the satisfaction to just take the entire script. It's going to be a headache. Let's just take it step by step. Okay, the tower shooter. We have the shooting point, the trend, the head, the projectile prefab. Do I want to take all of this? rotate head. We do not have rotate head. We do not have. Okay, so we need to just make it shoot for now. I do remember there was a shooting point. Let's. Oh yeah, and I don't ask why I moved the spacing to 2 spaces instead of 4. Again, don't ask why. It's not related to any of the towers. Okay, we have the shooting point. I think we also need this. Yeah, basically we're moving the stuff that was already in the tower, which is great. And the shooting routine. Set target, fire, rotate, shoot. Let's try a shoot method. This one seems simple enough. I'm just taking stuff that it's hard to fail. So if we have the shooting, the projectile prefab and the shooting point, then we instantiate them with the rotation of the shooting point. I might have to revise that later. I don't want to take anything that goes beyond the functionality that I'm currently working on, and since I just wanted to make it fire, I will just keep rotating, targeting, and whatever other system might be in here. Fire routine. So I don't want to do the rotation. I don't want to do any checks for the target. I just want it to always happen. I do need an import for this. Did I ask it to explain coroutines to me? Should I ask it to explain coroutines? We have a set target. Let's do this, but let's do this in a way that I'm only interested in the fire rate. Shooting routine target. Okay, nothing with target for now. I don't want any targets. Yeah, we have this shooting coroutine. Why are you naming it routine? And let's take the fire interval too. Why are you doing this? What is coroutine? Why are you naming this routine? Is that something standard? Give me the source for that. Like literally tell me where you found that. What? Nobody. Okay. So a coroutine special method that pauses. Yeah, so basically you're executing something and you just wait for a time and execute again and then wait for one more time, and because it's a routine. Start coroutine, my routine. Okay, show me the link to the documentation. Why? Okay, here are the links to the. Okay, thank you. If I don't see the word routine. Where did you take that from? Coroutine start coroutine. Wait and print. Hey. No, it doesn't. I don't remember seeing that wording. And this is why I'm trying to figure out if he's just making up stuff. You might be thinking that, okay, obsessing over stuff like this that is really small might not have any kind of impact, but it's stuff without impact now, and later on it's stuff that actually breaks everything. Okay, true. When to use, when not to use. No, I still didn't find this in docs. Where do they use the word routine? Just put as many question signs as you can. Yeah, I'm seriously hung up on that. Unity never uses routine, they use coroutine, always coroutine. Community naming habit, where is that community naming habit? Something routine. It's a human habit. Where did you find that human habit? Where did you find that human habit? Give me some sources, forums, etc. I just want to know if you're making stuff up. Unity plugs themselves. Community forums. I just want to show me the source. Okay, move routine. This might just be beginner questions. Like there's a junior or somebody who's just learning and just using naming conventions like that you might not see somewhere else. So what is this guy asking? I'm starting a routine from a class. Okay. Yeah, so just to be clear, I'm just trying to figure out where is the point where it starts hallucinating. And okay, it's not hallucinating completely, but I'm also not sure how valid the sources it's using are. Like, were those juniors asking, or were those people with a lot of experience? Anyway, let's go back to our shooter. And yeah, whenever you notice stuff like this, it's grayed out. Just Visual Studio sometimes imports too much stuff automatically. So yeah, be sure to take them out. Okay, so we have like some sort of a shooter that should do the same thing as before, But let me take the tower base 2 from what it gave me. Tower shooter, tower base. Okay. Let's say I'm just copy pasting this, but I'm just hesitating right now because I'm thinking I'll have to rewrite this. I have to rearrange this to make them private, to add serializable stuff. Let's just go with something that works for now. Because if I tell it to change a little thing, it's going to change everything, and if it changes everything, then I just have to start looking through all the stuff it gives me again. Acquire target, if shooter, not null. Where are you? Where'd you go? Set target, fire rate, push info down, assign an inspector. What are with all these comments? Was it not supposed to treat me like an expert? It's treating me like a child. Update, acquire target. So it updates. It does something very bad, doesn't it? It updates every turn. It sets the target. And I think I was stuck at this last time too. So it's set target. If it's null, it's starting. If it's not null, this is going to be a mess that doesn't work, isn't it? Let's see. Yeah, because you're taking the code and you're putting it in and you realize it doesn't work. So now what do I do that it doesn't work? And nothing, because I didn't assign the scripts. I just hit play. Okay, stop this. I need you to go into level, go into the prefab, remove the tower, add tower base and tower shooter. The tower shooter connects to the tower base. The projectile prefab connects to the tower shooter, and the shooting point connects to the shooting point. Is that all? Was this applied to all the elements that come from the same prefab? Excellent. Okay, something really bad is happening. Should we try debugging with ChatGPT? That sounds like it's going to be a headache. Fun headache. Let me try to see if I missed something. So it acquires target and it sets the current target, okay, at every update, and then the set target equals current target, rotate, shoot. Yeah, okay, so this totally does not work at all. It's just like shooting a lot of stuff and not stopping and not taking a break. I don't know what's broken. I have I don't even remember if I told him that I have experience or did I tell him that I do not have experience. I completely forget that. I have 0 experience with Unity. What's wrong with you, tower base and tower shooter? What to change? Yeah, because debugging with ChatGPT is totally fine. It's not going to take us like several weeks until we figure out the problem, when I knew that I could just replace that. Scripts are having a panic attack. No, you are having a panic attack. Without seeing your exact code, but you know my exact code. You know the exact code is the one you gave me. Let's just gaslight GPT completely. I don't even care at this point. You didn't copy what I wrote if it's spraying bullets non-stop. Okay, are you... Did it just like get really cocky with me? You copied some chaotic remix of it. Because I had something similar done like a few weeks ago, where I don't even remember what I was chatting with it about, and at one point it tells me like, no, you completely didn't do that, and of course I was lying to it, but oh my god, it's figured out. Cleaned up, so there's 0 excuse. Start shooter, begin, start coroutine. That's not what you told me. This is not what you told me to do. While running, start coroutine. No, you did not tell me to do this. You told me to... Let me show you what you told me to do. I should be building... This is maybe the point where you stop using AI. Just think for a second. Was your life not easier before this? Where was the code that it gave me? Wait, because yeah, I was having something completely different. So the problem... What are you talking about? This is the problem that you shove down my throat. You are calling this every frame. Do you not see anything wrong with it? You gave me this code. How would you ever figure out, if you had no experience doing Unity or C#, that this is actually where the problem is? Probably not. Probably the approach. We need to rethink the approach. Yeah. This is not going to work because it's trying to do too many things at once. Tower base exists once. Tower shooter. Begin is only called in start. You did not call begin only in start. And I did not mess up. Duplicated the prefab. Put begin. You put begin in update. You did that. Why am I trying to convince that it was wrong? Let me rage quit on this, okay? Oh my god, it gave me like so many lines of code. You're not supposed to do everything at once. Your brain is going to get fried or something. Where did it start? That's a target. He's dumb and sloppy. Yes, that's what I've been saying. You were right to point at that method. Set target. Getting called every frame is unnecessary. It wastes CPU and confusion, of course. Start, stop, coroutines. Yeah, like this I found it's not the easiest thing to do to make sure you actually stop a coroutine like that. Mostly if it's something that you want to keep going. Passing fire rate, each frame is silly. So I gave it the code that it generated. If target is no, yeah, maybe if I kept the targeting, then that would have worked better, but yeah, accidentally, okay, passing fire rate, each frame is silly. I know, no idea. Only call the shooter when something is changed. Yeah, because, okay, maybe it's half my fault too, because I didn't take into account the target, which would have made changes if it was an existing target or not. Keep tower base responsible for target acquisition, but only notify the shooter when the acquired target needs to change. Yeah, so it gives me like more stuff to do, like more checks. Did the target change? Did the fire rate change? Acquire target. It's created this mess that keeps getting worse somehow. Now it behaves. Should I copy paste this exactly as it is? Let's see what happens, because I will just, this is just an experiment. Copy paste. This is not going to work. Oh my god, if this works. This is not going to work because I don't have a target, first of all. How do you acquire a target? Let's see. Let's just fake a target or something. Replace with polar for performance. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's a very good idea. What is a target? I should be asking GPT what is a target. Do I really want to make things harder on myself? Because I'm getting like range. Let's just, I am afraid to ask it how to do the next steps, because it's already like a mess, and if I put a mess on top of a mess, I don't know what to do with it. So it needs a tag, and the tag needs to be enemy. Should we even work with tags? I don't know. Layers, okay. Enemy. No, not that, this one. whenever you set the tag or the layer and you need a new one, Unity is going to take you to the panel to create a new one, and you're just going to have to come back and set the newly created tag or layer or whatever it is that you were doing. Okay, what was I doing? I was giving it an enemy, and I wanted it to be named enemy. Okay, enemy is fine. Enemy is fine with me as long as it gets shot down by these things. Let me just, okay, we have the range. And what would you say the range is? Like, you're like at position 0 because you see the X is moving around 0, and like, okay, yeah, maybe 10 sounds fine, maybe 20, range 20. I'm just giving all the towers the same range because head transform. Is the head supposed to be rotating? I think so. I can't even look at what's going to happen. I'm afraid to see the result. Okay. Something good happened. Obviously the rotations are crazy. And if I take the target out, okay, then it stops. Okay. It works. I'll give it that. It made something that works. But is this spaghetti? Did it give me spaghetti? Because it's like just, okay. Let's say that acquired target, I'll be okay with it because it's so independent and it doesn't have anything that connects it with the outside, except maybe current target. Compared to okay, we can keep acquired target. We can keep that method. Update acquired target. It acquires target. If shooter is null. Yeah, okay, it's just an innocent warning. Maybe you want to assign the shooter automatically. Current target, last notified target, last notified fire rate. In case the fire rate changes. So what was my simple tower? Oh my god, this was so simple. My life was so easy. So clearly this doesn't work. Maybe this works, but it doesn't have a pool. Shooting loops. Oh, so shooting. What are you doing? Shooting routine. Start shooting. Where do you call start shooting? If current target's null. Oh god. Stop shooting. So it gives the interval. What are you doing with that interval? Or to update the fire rate. So fire rate, seconds between shots, fire interval, if you're already shooting but it is an updating interval. So it has the fire rate, which is what? Should I keep everything and just go? Okay, let's create some enemies. Let's just keep going. Let's pretend that everybody understands everything that's going on in here. The rotate head should maybe be constant. I don't know, it's not working anyway. It should be smooth, it should be animated. Does it even work? Because I'm not seeing any rotations of the heads. Okay, I think I saw a rotation. Yeah, I think they're rotating, but yeah, because I didn't listen to it when I was actually building the hierarchy. And now the rotation and the starting points, they're completely disconnected. I'm just using AI at this point. I'm not even trying to understand. Can I do this blindly? Can I keep going like this? Enemy. Yeah, so totally it's not shooting in the right direction. Or maybe it is and it's just because everything here has like a collider and it hits everything else. Let me just do something. 3D object, plane, a plane called plane, and I just want to do this like size of 10. I was going to try to snap it, but this is not going to snap any good. Should I just ask it to make me the entire game all at once? That's not going to work. I do not want to believe that's going to work. Okay. It's definitely spawning stuff. Weren't they supposed to die at one point? Let's just build the enemy. Let's just build the enemy the way we build at the tower. So let's create an empty enemy. Position 0, 0, 0. Create empty mesh. No, not create empty. 3D object, sphere. Oh my god, I just put it. Why did I put it there? Let me move this. And I have another sphere, which let's make this a lot smaller. and then another sphere, and then two smaller spheres for the eyes. I want to see AI generate something like this. I can't. It will never be able to. And we have the enemy. Amazing. Let's ask ChatGPT. In my Unity Tower Defense game, I created an enemy. I added several spheres for the body, the ears, and the eyes. This will be my prefab. Did I do anything wrong? Of course I did something wrong. Yeah, I don't have an art director. Separate spheres, extra dockles, extra colliders, extra transforms. It's wasting performance. Hard to animate. Model or merge them. What quick improvements can I do? Combine meshes. Can I do that in Unity? Building creatures. Yeah, but can I do that in 2 minutes? Can I combine meshes in 2 minutes and 4 clicks max? Select the meshes, mesh combiner scripts. Yeah, so in order to combine the meshes, we're actually going to need to go to the asset store and find an asset, or GitHub, or wherever you want, or ask GPT to create the mesh combiner asset, and like have all the meshes that I just placed there just combine at once. Maybe use a single material, give the thing a silhouette, make the eyes, add one simple animation, parent things locally. Okay, I sometimes find it hard to have the patience to fight with it, because yeah, it told me something that I was kind of interested in, but it didn't give me like an explicit optimization regarding that thing. So yeah, let's just create one collider that is for everything, and all these other spheres do not need colliders on them. They do not need to have that physics logic. Rigid body. Do I need a rigid body? I must have that. And on we go with our enemy. We can create multiple of them. Multiple. And we have like the towers around the enemy. And this is like just that thing that I didn't want. Yeah, so let's press play. So yeah, that's the thing, because I'll just consider that it's having a slow night and giving me nothing about the colliders. We'll just put one instead of all of those. Did I just break Unity? What happened? No, nothing happened. Okay, it's still working. Position. Oh god. It's still working and it's okay. My bad. Let's ask GPT how to do this. Okay. Yeah, let's just assume that I'm tired and I need help fixing my mistakes. I placed an object hierarchy where I kept only one collider and the mesh separately. Should the collider and rigid body be on the parent of the hierarchy, because it's moving without the mesh? Yeah, because it doesn't glue those stuff together. Rigid body sits at the root, collider sits on the same object as the rigid body. Meshes. Yeah. So, is there any other way to do this? Is there any other way to do this specifically? Yeah, there are a few ways. Rigid body on the mesh itself, rigid body on the parent, collider on a child. So you're saying that the rigid body can go on the parent, and at this point just change the prefab. Rigid body, because yeah, I think there were cases where the rigid body would actually take into account all the colliders in the children. I'm not getting an error. Let's see if this should actually work. Sphere collider. Physicalist movement. Yeah, okay. And let's see what's going on. Okay. It's moving together, it's spinning. It's... Let me just frame this. Oh my god, it's falling so fast. And yeah, basically they're just crammed together, so they're just exploding together. I would have liked it if it actually exploded in all the directions, I'm not sure. Let's test GPT. Okay, nice. So now it works, but I placed all my objects at the same coordinates. They expand in a line. I want to make them explode. Can I? Can I do that? Poor little spheres full of fireworks instead of large ones explode. Yeah, I want to explode them. No, that's not. No, that's not what I meant. Particle system animation. You have to actually tell it what. No, not what I meant. Like the colliders are overlapping, and they need space. So explode like find space. Colliders set into non-kinematic, resolve overlaps, bounce unpredictably. Physics, okay. I'm always looking for like really easy options, and I don't have an enemy script, right? I don't. But what I could do, because none of those enemies are actually being shot at, because none of them actually have the tag enemy, and let me just like tag everything, because I think that the tag needs to be only on the collider. That's what I wanted to say. But just tag everything because you want everything to be recognized as the enemy in case you might need it later. Enemy, explode. Okay, it's exploding. There is one quick little hack that I could try, and basically just get the meshes, not the meshes, get the colliders. That's the only collider. Did I just copy paste the scripts and they just worked? I mean, sure, but they were like, yeah, okay. So I made the collider the trigger collider, which means that whatever is interacting with it, which will not be stopped by it, hey, that actually works. Yeah, because these are just going through. But I do want it to be a solid collider. What I do want is the shooting point to be on top and center. Why is the scale like that? Oh, because the head, yeah, scale head. This is not good. I'll have to redo that because these two need to be connected. It's still okay. Does this look good? I don't know. Let's see. So I placed the starting point on top, just to make sure it will not intersect. Yeah, this works really badly. But hey, it works. And I guess this is the most important part in doing game development, to make things that work. So yeah, I would say that this is enough for tonight. We have really advanced with this and have created a lot of stuff. Thank you, GPT, for giving us the knowledge to do that. And yeah, if it still rounds next week, then maybe so will I. Until then, connect with me. You can find me on Discord, and hoping to see you next week.